right. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my hair podcast, the show where we celebrate, educate, and elevate our natural beauty. I'm your host, Natalie M., and today's episode is one I know many of us need to hear. Having patience with your natural hair growth. AKA me. So before we get started, you can catch me on iHeartRadio and Spotify. So just type in the words My Hair Podcast and bam, you'll find me there. Okay, back to the episode. So let's get real for a moment, right? Natural hair growth doesn't just happen overnight. On average, hair grows about half an inch a month. That's like roughly 6 inches a year, right? But with natural hair, especially type 4 hair, I'm pointing at myself, especially natural type 4 hair curls, that growth can feel invisible because of shrinkage. And trust me, shrinkage is not the enemy. I had to learn that, okay? I didn't know. Like, if someone just told you that, especially if you haven't experienced that, you would just be like, okay, yeah, right. You're just trying to be nice. All right. Trust me, shrinkage is not the enemy. It's a sign of strong, healthy curls doing their thing. So listen, let me tell you guys something. When I say shrinkage is not your problem, I mean it. Because as you can see, like if you are on YouTube, you can see my hair right now. I just refreshed my mini braids today. So obviously I just came out fresh from refreshing my mini braids, and this is how I'm looking right now. And then after I'm done with our podcast, I'm going to moisturize my hair. And as you can see, look at this, right? Look at where it is right now. Once I moisturize it, it'll probably be like here. Maybe I'm just exaggerating a bit, but it will be like super like, up there, and you'll be thinking, okay, something's not right. But I remember when I went natural and, I started learning about moisturizing my hair, I would be scared of shrinkage. And then I remember I would stop moisturizing my hair as often because I didn't want to experience shrinkage, of which that is crazy. But look, this is a learning journey, so learn with me. And if you've experienced that also, you can put, you can raise your hand in the chat, put a heart in the chat, something. Tell me what your experience has been with shrinkage and how do you feel about shrinkage? These days, I don't, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to. I love it. I don't mind it because I know the goal, right? So right now I'm just focused on growing my hair, and whatever it wants to do, let it do that. Because if you try and fight these curls, if you try and fight shrinkage, you won't get anywhere with that. So at some point you just have to accept this is what your hair wants to do, this is what it's doing, and you just have to live with it at this point. It's your hair. So breakage, not growth, right, is often the real issue. And I experienced that as well. So when I was impatient with my own hair, I remember I stopped moisturizing it. Obviously, that was going to lead into dryness. And from dryness, when you're treating it badly, like combing it rough and all that kind of stuff, it started breaking off. And then I'm like, okay, so my hair has been stagnant for years and I just could not figure it out. Like, what is the problem? I'm not moisturizing it. I'm not seeing shrinkage, but somehow when I comb it a lot, it's breaking off and I'm styling it almost every single day. So I was not nice to my hair. I was really mean to it and I wanted it to do what I wanted it to do. And my hair was like, nope, I'm going to do exactly what I want to do because I'm doing me. So I had to get on the program and just, respect my hair, treat it with kindness, treat it with respect. And it gives me good results when I treat it nice. And when I treat it with disrespect, it shows me. So just by the look of your hair, you should see how you treat it, right? You can tell when someone takes good care of their hair and when someone doesn't. As you can see, the hair is popping. She's happy. I'm happy. All right. So being impatient can lead to frustration, excessive manipulation. Like I told you, I'll just be combing my hair, just being mean and messy, and product overload. All of which can actually slow down your progress. So let me tell you something. I'm just happy that I had notes to remind me exactly what I want to say. When it comes to product overload, right? So there was a point where I stopped using products. And then there was a point where I'm like, okay, these products on the label, it says for hair growth. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to help my hair grow, but in a way that it won't take years. It will just take probably a week and my hair is going to grow. You know how they advertise these products? So I started pasting product after product on my hair, and I'm just like, okay, what is happening? That also caused hair breakage as well. So no product causes hair breakage. Overload of product causes hair breakage. So you kind of have to meet yourself in the middle. Like you can do too much, but you can't do too little at the same time. So you have to see, like, gauge your hair. What's too much and what's too little. And I had to learn that. I did not know I had to learn all this. So you see, when you're always getting your hair done at the hair salon, which is nice, it's a great privilege and I love it. But at the same time, I feel like I'm not learning my hair for myself. At least if I'm doing that, let me know what my hair wants so I can also tell the woman doing my hair or the man doing my hair, this is what my hair doesn't like. Like they shouldn't be the one telling me about my hair. It should be the other way. So learning your hair is a process, and I didn't know there was so much to learn about my hair. As you can see, I'm a little hyper because I didn't know there's so much to learn about hair, and my own hair is teaching me that. So yeah. So the dangers of length chasing and comparing your journey to others. I'm guilty of that. Seriously, like I would see people that have super long natural 4-type curls, and I'm like, how did she get to that? And somehow try and chase that kind of hair length and listen to what they're saying, what kind of advice they can give so that my hair can grow fast like that. But you don't know what people do behind the scenes. You just have to admire from a distance and work with what you got. And at some point, I just had to do that too. So admire and work on my hair, work on my own hair, and let it do what it wants to do in its own time. So what I've learned is that patience allows you to focus on health and not just length. My hair humbled me, to be honest. It humbled me so much that I even stopped doing length checks. Because there was a point that I thought I could do it every month. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But I can do it every year just to see the progress, just to see am I doing the right things? Do I need to change anything? So yeah, I started saying, you know what? Forget about the hair length and all that stuff. It will come. It will obviously come eventually. Let me focus on healthy hair care routines so that I don't need to chase the length. The length is chasing me because the hair is healthy and it's doing its thing, right? So yeah. Listen, so how do we stay grounded and hopeful while we wait? I know some people ask that question and some people don't want to hear that question. So I'm just going to do my thing. Okay, so here are a few tips to help you stay committed and confident. I wrote you guys 5 tips, so hear me out. The first tip is track progress with photos, not just length, right? So instead of taking photos a lot, I don't really take a lot of photos of my hair, but when I do, it's on a wash day when I blow dried my hair, and then I just want to see how it's looking. So that's probably once a month. But I take a lot of videos of my hair, especially when I'm doing my hair braids. I love to document those videos so that I can see how my hair looks like. I want to know how my hair looks like from a distance, because right now I wish I could see the back and be like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do and all that kind of stuff. So I love taking videos of back and front hair tutorials, and yeah, that's how I track my progress. Okay, so tip number 2, celebrate milestones, your first twist out or going heat free and all that kind of stuff. Well, obviously I haven't gone heat free, but yeah, I've done a twist out. It was nice. It lasted for a couple of hours, but it was worth it. And I loved how my hair just responded. So, like I said, every year I get to celebrate a milestone. because that is a long time. So I want to see the progress of my hair. I want to celebrate. That kind of encourages me to keep going and to stick on this journey. So tip number 3, protective styling with purpose, not to forget your hair, but to protect it. Okay, so I'm not coming for anyone, okay? I'm just going to say what I think and how I feel. Nobody's getting attacked. So I've seen a lot of people that do protective hairstyle challenges, right? Where they could leave their protective hairstyle for a year. I mean, for a whole year. I mean, I can't even last a whole week with my protective hairstyle. But somebody out there can do it for a whole year, and the hair will be looking all messed up, all toe up. And I get the challenge. I get the idea about I get what that's about. But at the same time, don't you think your hair is kind of like screaming for help? Like it doesn't like that. Like you just left me there. You haven't washed me. You haven't groomed me. You haven't taken good care of me. I mean, I don't know. Like I just be watching stuff like, wow, okay. But I don't know if I can do that for a year and not pay attention to my hair and not give it what it needs. That's why I don't like doing protective hairstyles and wearing a wig on top, because I want my hair to breathe. I want to see the journey, like I want to see that whole journey, and I want to know how to style my hair at each milestone, right? I want to see how I can style my hair, even if it's not as long as I want it to be. I want to see it. And sometimes I feel like we don't want to see that. Especially in professional settings, like especially when you have hair braided and you just don't know what to do with it and you just put a wig on it. So I think that's also a challenge, having to face your hair and having to accept it for what it is, right? So protective styling with purpose, not just to leave it and ignore it. And yeah, I don't support that, but hey, if you're for it, do your thing. Okay, so tip number 4. Positive affirmations. Speak life over your hair. That's something I'm new to. Like I'm starting to learn how to do that, because I did not know I needed to do that. I didn't know you can even do that. But now that I'm learning, I'm like, okay, I can do that. Positive affirmations, especially when I'm doing my hair. Your mind can be racing and doing all kinds of things, and you just want to keep grounded because your hair needs attention too. You can't be doing your hair and then thinking of other things. What if you're combing your hair out, like literally breaking it off because you're so focused on other things? So it's good to have a little affirmation and then really give your hair some attention, because this kind of hair, you need to be like focused. All right, tip number 5, and that's the last one, I promise. Join a community, follow creators. I'm pointing at me with that one. Follow creators or groups who uplift your hair journey, right? So I created this channel so that, I can document my hair journey and show you guys like, the vulnerability that I'm going through each step of the way, and just learning how to love my own hair. So if you are for that, if you're for the vibe, hey, join me along. All right, let's pause. That was a lot. That was a lot. Let's pause for a moment and speak some love over our crowns, as you can see. So I'm going to read these affirmations and you can repeat them with me. So I have like 4 affirmations that I've written for today's episode for my hair. Okay, let's get with it. Number 1, my hair is growing in its own time and in its own way. We're going to repeat it again. My hair is growing in its own time and in its own way. The third time will really hit. Okay, let's do it the third time. My hair will grow in its own time and in its own way. I mean, that's so freeing. Just like if you really like digest that, that is so freeing. Like let it do what it wants to do in its own time, in its own way. Affirmation number 2. I treat my hair with love, patience, and gratitude. Let's repeat that again. I treat my hair with love, patience, and gratitude. Third time. It always hits. I treat my hair with love, patience, and gratitude. Affirmation number 3. Shrinkage is not a setback, it's a sign of strength. Let's repeat that. Shrinkage is not a setback, it's a sign of strength. Third time. Shrinkage is not a setback, it's a sign of strength. That's actually like freeing, like just so, like I'm loving these affirmations. Okay, the fourth one, and that's it. Every curl, coil, and kink is a part of my beauty story. Okay, say it again. Every curl, coil, and kink is a part of my beauty story. One last time, and then it's it. Every curl, coil, and kink is a part of my beauty story. I feel really relaxed after saying those affirmations. Simple, but very calming. Now imagine doing that whilst you're doing your hair. Imagine how you'll feel, like the kind of love your hair will feel, and then what it will give back to you. Because obviously if you give it love, it's going to give you back something. So yeah, try those affirmations and tell me how you feel in the comment section. All right. This was nice. Okay, your natural hair journey is just that, a journey. It's not a race. And remember, patience isn't just waiting, it's how you act while you wait. Show up with love, care, and your hair will flourish. I promise you guys, like I've experienced this for myself. Show your hair love, especially type 4C hair. Show it love, and I promise you it will glow. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who needs a little encouragement. You can also follow me on Instagram at Natalie Mukundu for more natural hair tips and love. Until next time, stay rooted and radiant. Bye, guys.